typically work with a little bit later stage companies who have their technology already set, who have a company, who maybe already have been doing some projects, POCs or pilots with some big companies, because only then you can, for a corporate, it's then easier to really scale that technology, and it really makes sense to work with a startup, we think.
Was the first batch. The second batch was already quite a lot on referrals. So the few startups, 10 startups, really were like a multiplayer. They explained to other startups, to other CEOs, they know what the program can do. And believe it or not, I think 5 of the startups right now came exactly through the one. So first of all, we're not looking into very early stage startups. We're looking into startups as described that have already have their POC or a valid product idea already at hand. And that already have a level that we can really work and bring them close to customers. And part of the program is, of course, that we have sales and marketing representatives from different verticals involved. They know the ecosystem, they know the customers, they know the entire chain.
Most people who apply to us are individual founders, so they have neither a specific idea nor a team yet. We just believe that they are great people to build great AI first companies. So we go as early as possible. And I would even say that if a team is already formed and an idea is already there and a legal entity is already there, we are probably maybe not the right partner, and the company should go straight to fundraising. So we like to come in as early as possible and also help shaping the direction of the company. As the founders join, we help a lot with like the recruiting, especially making sure that the early team is great. So that's something where we're very involved with, but also with customers. So through Merantix Labs, through the AI Campus, through like our existing companies, there is a good network of industry partners, and many of them could become early design partners or like early partners to validate even the ideas, to do user interviews.
Applied AI itself, it's really with what we have in the startup landscape and so on, it's about applying AI. So any startup needs to be able to sell a product to companies that can kind of, so it needs to be a really business-like relationship between a startup and a company. So we rather look for more mature teams that have a product already, that can and know how to work with the companies. Then it's typically the startups that we have on the startup landscape, and that we can also recommend to customers to simply contact and to start a collaboration with.
Sitting here, our founder and CEO of Plug and Play, he would say, like, startups in Germany, they need to think bigger, and they should do a little bit better of a job in marketing themselves, because oftentimes they have really good technology, but they're not so good at showcasing it or selling it.
In the German culture, it is not yet just tolerated that failure is actually okay. And with failure comes the willingness to do risk-taking and just give it a try. On the positive, I have to tell you, having been in Germany a few weeks ago for 2 weeks in multiple cities with multiple meetings, entrepreneurs, most of you I met in person, the energy that I have experienced in Germany around the startup environment at the moment is unbelievable. I have never seen something like that in a positive way in literally 20 years since the bubble of the internet has bursted. So I think we're all on the right track. I think this AI made in Germany and this ecosystem to be built is on the right track.